Hello, YouTube! I am Pinstar, and this is a press build preview of Humankind. So, what is Humankind? Humankind is a 4X city builder civilization style game by the makers of by Amplitude Studios, the maker of Endless Legend, Dungeon the Endless, the upcoming Endless Dungeon, Endless Space, and what have you. Essentially, what the game is it's essentially a direct competitor to Civilization. You are taking Civilization at the beginning of time and guiding them through the eras. Now, this game is still in active development. This is like an alpha version. The game is set to come out sometime around April of 2021. So lots more time in the oven needed for this. This is just a slice of the game. But they have given me access to it to show to you to see where we are. So what you see here, not finished product, but what you see here, looking pretty darn good for not finished product. So yeah, we pretty much have just one set thing. Obviously, there'll be a lot more options in the future, but how you make your civilization actually is done as you play, not so much chosen at the beginning of the game. That's one of the big differences here, and I like it from what I'm seeing. Oh, the other thing, and I'm gonna say this, I'm jealous. I'm super jealous. Why am I jealous? Because some of the bigger named streamers / YouTubers have been put into the game. They actually gave them a psychological test and programmed an AI. So, like my man Quill18, I could play against an AI that's programmed to behave like him. You know how much I would love to have my own AI programmed like that, but I know I'm not big enough to warrant that kind of a clout. But that being said, that's a really cool integration. Well, hey, maybe one day. Hey, tell a friend, hit that like button, share this video, and maybe I can get an AI one day. But anyway, I'm sure you're not worried about that. I'm sure you're worried about what the heck this game looks like. Well, let's get started. Okay, we are here. We are here at the beginning of time, the Neolithic era. The game is split into many different eras, a little bit more granularly than some of the Civ games are. But these eras are more than just plain eras. They play fairly differently. So the first thing is our tribe is just our nomadic tribe. Now, you don't have the whole settler versus one settler and one military unit thing that you have with Civ. Instead, we are literally just a tribe. Our tribe is also our military unit. And our goal here is to sort of scout the map for a good city location, and then set up an outpost. Now, an outpost is not a city. An outpost is just sort of the budding beginning of a city. We actually have to accomplish our Neolithic era goals in order to actually transition to the next era when we can actually get a city. So yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of wandering here, which I like because it gives you the incentive to go and explore aggressively without the worry about like, oh, I'm moving my settler, I'm losing development turns. Nah, you can get in here pretty well. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn on the yield tiles here because there's, while not immediately useful to us, we can plan our future cities out that way. So right now what we want to do is we want to find some curiosities. These are little things that can help bring us some knowledge. This is pretty much how you sort of quote-unquote research in the Neolithic era. So we're finding things like, oh, interesting thing, interesting food. That good food? Yes, good food. And that's kind of how you develop into the next era. So you want to find these shiny things. You also want to hunt animals and grow your population. Right then. And this is a knowledge curiosity. Let's go for the knowledge curiosity because we can always sweep around and take a look at that one too. So we will take our tribe and move up here. as you can see, so a couple other notable things, and if you're familiar with Endless Legend, the world is, even in the Neolithic era, divided into territories, denoted by these little dotted lines. When you build a city, you claim the entire territory, or an outpost for that matter. All right, so we've discovered something valuable. We've increased our knowledge. Discover curiosities to increase your tribe's understanding, and knowledge will be converted into science in the next era. The more knowledge we gain, the more science that we get here. There's also an animal sanctuary which spawns animals, which is fine. Let's go up a little higher. Ooh, I see a rival tribe up here. What are you gonna do, buddy? They gonna come say hi, or are we going to lock horns here? Well, I've exhausted my actions, so let's end turn. They're going over there. Okay. Now there's a source of copper. We can't do anything with it just yet, but good to know. Good to know. All right, let's go check this place out. Wild berries. So that gave us not only some knowledge, actually no, it didn't give us some knowledge, it gave us a growth star, which increased our food count, which now makes it so our tribe grows, which eventually allows us to field more units. This essentially is just a military unit. So we will continue going up here. Now there's a lot of wealth to be gained down here with these double saffron deposits. Those look pretty good. Hey, get out of here. Yeah. Now we could tackle. We could take them on if we wanted to. Yeah, they're just wandering around too, but I don't like them wandering around here because they could be taking shinies that we would get. Ooh, well, there's the shiny they missed. Some wild berries, good. Aha, now here is a mammoth. Now we could hunt that for food, but we're not quite strong enough. They fight back and are a bit stronger than us right now. But once we get another unit, we might be able to actually tackle them. And that also contributes to us going to the next era. So basically we need to do one of these stars. We either have to hunt 3 animals, get 10 knowledge things, or 5 growth things before we can get our tribe up a little bit further on here. All right, mammoth is moving on. Good. Now, this is actually a pretty nice area, although it's along the border, and that can mess things up. Actually, this is a pretty nice area too. Lots of food, lots of production here too. Now, one thing we can do is slap down a claim a territory with that. We can see here we would get. The city itself claims the tiles around it, so we would get 16 production, 8 food, and 3 science out of the deal if we were to settle here. And then we can sort of go off in other tangents. But actually, before we commit to that, oops. Let's continue exploring. No reason to. Because we want to see what's around here. We want to not only want to consider what's good for the city, but what's good for the potential spots that we gather into.
This way.
Aha. Ooh, lots of science there. More berries. Okay, good. Alright, so there's some science here. There's some extra food here. Some barren tiles up here, so we may want to head a little bit further south, though. Let's go over here. I just want to see what kind of goodies are in this area, because I'm kind of sniffing out a good city spot here.
This way.
Aha, knowledge over here. Alright, yeah, you know what? I think a city right here would be pretty good. So let me go and grab that real quick. Oh, little food things spawn over time. Yeah. So now this is our outpost. It's not a city yet. It's not really gathering things, but it's establishing itself. And then here... Why are you going around that way? Unless it's really bad terrain.
This way.
Yeah, actually, let's go get this one. All right, we got a new tribe member here. Now we might want to go hunting. Now that we actually have some people to our name. Now, where was that knowledge thingy? Ooh, what's over here? That looks like some knowledge to me. Ooh, a bear. A violent animal. Bear, we can best a bear. So you know what? If the bear is going to come say hi, we will say hi to the bear. We just want to get on better terrain, though, because the battles in this are actually fought like in Endless Legend. So maybe the bear can come to us, and we can sort of like.
As the eagle flies.
Yeah, well, I'm sure the bear will come say hi right now. Yep. The bear is coming to say hi. Alright, so now you actually fight using the local terrain here. So let's see. River implies a penalty. That's just open ground. Open ground with river. Open ground, but it's on lower terrain. Open ground and river. So we want to stand. We want to stand right here. Yeah, we want to deploy our. Yeah, we'll confirm battle. We want to stand one unit here. Now, I think the bear gets to go first because he was the attacker. So, this tribe member over here. Yeah, if we put over here. Yeah, that's a river. So, but this one is. Oh, that's a river too? That's a river, and then I don't think that one's a river. And they could hit me pretty hard from there. So you know what? I'm gonna hide back here because this is really the ideal zone to be defending from. All right, here comes Mr. Barr, and yeah, he got attacks from high ground, but he's on the river tile, which gives him negatives. Meanwhile, our guys, yeah, we can do this. We can do a lot of damage here because we've got some good stuff going here. We're not in a river, so we don't get that penalty. And he's got that. So let's go say hi to Mr. Bear. And then this unit, we might kill it with this. Just got a sliver of health. I got enough to get one more hit in. But we still won. We got the prestige. We got a lot of food too. And that was worth a hunter star too. One of our hunt and animal stars. So yeah, that was a victory, and we got a whole butt ton of food, so we got a whole nother unit out of that. Your army does not grow like this in other eras, hunting animals and whatnot. You kind of transition away from that, but for the time being, that's how it works.
Do it.
Okay, new notification. Battle is over, the tribe is still alive. Most still able to enjoy the warm caress of the midday sun and the cold bite of the morning frost, yet you didn't come out of the encounter wholly unscathed. Several of the tribe carry nasty wounds, none more than one of the young fighters you're most fond of. Deep in slumber, blood oozes from a deep gash in her neck. Most wounds usually end in death, but one of the elder's followers thinks he can heal her by applying a poultice of tree bark and plant leaf. Yeah, let's treat the wound with our primitive form of medicine. Now your decisions on and how you choose to approach that can sort of have different outcomes and influence how sort of the culture of your tribe. Yeah, let's head this way because we actually kind of want to.
Later we rest.
We want to get that food, and then we want to do some more hunting. That seems to be doing well for us. And I think because we're in friendly territory, our units are healing. Where are you going, you scaredy cat? All right, your actions have been rewarded. All right, actually, that was good enough for another growth. Cultural milestone, excellent. Use the Empire button to select it and leave the Neolithic. Okay, so because we accomplished one of our goals, looks like we got to growth first. We were able to leave that. Now, here's how choosing your civilization kind of works. So we're not really a specific historical civilization. What we are is a group of humans that share characteristics that were kind of like that. So we're not the Babylonians. If we adopt this, we would be, this primitive people that were kind of like the Babylonians. And so you'd get some bonuses that, are kind of indicative to the historical Babylonians. But after the next era, then you choose more. Your civilization evolves into like this amalgamation of humanity that sort of follows different cultural, ethical, and legal tracks. So, you basically handcraft your civilization as you go along. Right then. Now, let's see what we got here. Food per researchers. That's pretty nice. Science per adjacent farmers' quarter. That's pretty nice. The Egyptians get industry from district producing industry and makes industry cheaper. So they're the builders. The pyramid gives us industry plus influence. Influence is needed to make new cities. Let's say food on food district, on district producing food, food on river. So they're the food people. Canal network. The Hittites. Oh, have you seen the affinity icon? This understands. So these are the things. So the Hittites are like the warlike people. The Harappans are more agrarian. So what kind of society do I want to be? The Mycenaeans, production. Yeah. Unit production. So more units. Let's go to gold here. money on luxuries. We're not near luxuries or strategic, so that wouldn't be good for us. Olmecs, faith, that's a thing. Phoenicians. Yeah, we're not on the coast, so not Phoenicians. The Zhao. They're the scientific ones. Per adjacent mountain. We don't have mountains here. Oops. The Assyrians give us combat strength, so they are more militaristic. Land movement speed. And then, yeah, we saw the Babylonians were they were food and science, which is good. But the Harappans might be a good one, too. On any district producing food, +1 food on river. Because if we have districts on... If we have a lot of rivers here... Hang on one second. Oh, can I not go back to see the map? All right, so yeah, we have a lot of rivers around us. That kind of works for us right here. So we actually might want to go with the agrarians. +1 food on river unlocks. And then the runners, there are unique units. So yeah, they're not terribly... Generates... Oh, I see. Generates money when... All right, so runner isn't actually a military unit. But yeah, you know what? Let's do it. Let's adopt. And confirm. All right, so now we need to go here. And where... I think it actually would be our... in our next turn, it'll... Air star acknowledged. Yep, that's what allowed us to transition. The transition will occur when we hit the end turn, so we just need to move our folks here. That's fine. Just want to take a look at here. End turn.
The challenges of a young civilization. It's hard keeping up with the neighbors when they have the wheel and you don't. Humankind learns quickly that everyone contributes. If you're terrified of wild animals, you can grow lentils or catch fish. Tribes settle towns. Towns develop markets, and markets begin the exchange of goods, services, and most important, rumors and hearsay.
Nice little cutscene. Alright, we are the Harappans in the ancient era. Now we still have our tribe members, but now they're all runners. they're our unique unit, but just good, because, I mean, hey, if we discover stuff with them, we get more money. They're not terribly strong, but they're better than nothing. But now we are a city. Now, normally it takes time for outposts to become cities, but your first city, your capital, turns into that instantly. So now... our city not only gets some big bonuses for itself, but it is now exploiting every tile around it. And you see this blue barrier here? This is now our territory. We control this specific region. Now, the borders are not flexible like in Civ. Like, they don't slowly grow. We are in this region. This is the region. Like, this will never change shape. But this is now all this is our region. All right, now, I think we need some food. We certainly want some food. So we need to build a food district. Now, the way this works is districts will exploit the tiles adjacent to them going out. So a food district here will exploit this, this, and this and pull in the food bonuses from it. Without actually applying that. If we put it down here, we get those two bonuses. And if we go here, we get 1, 2, 3, but that stomps on some production. Yeah, we want to go on here. While this does also stomp on 2 production, it has a base... Oh, actually, this is a base of 3 food, too. Yeah, if we go here, we will draw one food from all three of these tiles. If we go here, it draws one food, and then two food. So this actually is a little bit better for food. All right, that's not bad at all. Or do I want to start with a maker's quarter, the production here? We go here, we'd stomp on the 3 food here, but we pull in 2, 2, 1. Over here we'd pull in not so much 2, 1, 1, and we stomp on 3 food. Well, it's kind of hard not to stomp on 3 food one way or the other, but I think that actually this is the best way to go about doing that. All right, let's do that, and then that'll make us make the farmer's quarter faster. In fact, we can queue that up. And yeah, we can queue that up right here. And so the two production from this tile is going to get drawn into this one, and the 2 food from this tile is going to get drawn in here. Excellent. All right, so that settles that. All right, our units, our army, we got to split them up. Because right now they're just all in a big lump, and I want them to explore. Now we got this mammoth here. We can kill the mammoth, and that's still worth some gold.
All together.
Might as well, since we're all grouped together. So the mammoth is standing on... What are you standing on? Just open ground. Forest. All right, we don't want to be on the river. That's open ground. So let's put ourselves into... No, that's river. Put you here. And then, yeah, that's forest, so you stay there. We'll end our deployment. Now, the mammoth is in a forest, but it's still not very good for the mammoth. Yeah, if we go here and attack, then we can go here and attack. Because that mammoth is in a very unfortunate spot. There we go. That takes care of that. And we got 40 gold out of the deal. So it's still, you know, the animals don't suddenly not become relevant at the end of the turn. This guy has more movement too. Alright, you know what? We're going to have you auto-explore.
Come over here.
Okay, so that takes care of that, and now we have to select our first tech. Yeah, now we're actually properly researching techs. Let's see what we got here. Lumber yard, 2 industry on forest, 2... Ooh. That's kind of nice. And then we got archers. Archers are always a good one. Yeah, let's go carpentry first. All right, got 2 turns for that. 2 idle armies. Yes, please go.
Yes, sir.
All right, so you're going to go up that way. We'll split these guys out from each other. Now, these sanctuaries that spawn animals can be ransacked, actually. We can see the little critters going around there. So they'll be spawning little land units here. And then, yeah, they're both exhausted, so let's end the turn. We haven't met any... I mean, we bumped into one tribe briefly while they were still in the tribal era. Alright, so, you, my friend, I want you to go ransack. That'll give us 10. And yeah, we don't need 2 of you. We just need to split you out. Alright. So hopefully they'll run around and grab that. Rebirth. Nature's riches offer much more than simple sustenance. We must study many plants. Modify calendar research. But alright, so calendar is going to be a good one to grab next. Alright, plenty more wild animals, but the mammoths are peaceful unless you attack them. These guys don't have oh, duh. Auto-explore. Herp-de-derp-derp-derp-derp. Alright, more people, more power. Now, the other thing that you can do with your armies here is you can actually build new outposts. We should actually be doing that too. So having everybody auto-explore is not the best thing. We do want to do some careful manual exploration. Like look at these mountains here. These are pretty nice. Ooh, right here? This is a pretty nice city. Because it grabs all of these tiles, and then we can get a crazy good district here. Like a crazy good food district. It would be nuts. So, well, yeah, you know what? Let's claim some territory. This outpost is going to be ours. Now, up here, this is another territory entirely. Nothing huge here, but I do see some goodies here, like boom, boom, boom. That's pretty good. Yeah, if we go right here... The only problem is it's a little sparse. I mean, this is an area, but it's nice, but it doesn't have much production. If we put it here... Now, we want to put the city, like, right here so it can grab all this science. Science!
Let's do it.
Now, this costs us influence. We can't do it endlessly, and every time we do claim a territory... Yeah, for production. There's a little production up top there. We can do like a... Yeah. That costs us more and more influence every time. But we get influence as our empire grows. So, yeah. So that's... Just realized that this area is a little bit detached from our main area here. We want to either grab this territory or that. So actually, let's send you guys down south. Let's explore this area.
All right.
Aha! Somebody's here.
I have
The
something
Hittites.
here that should please us both.
Alright, so they want us to only trade luxuries as opposed to forbidden trade. These are what our treaty levels are at now. Yeah.
I like you. I agree.
Let us savor this moment.
So we're neutral at the moment. We should be able to avoid any kind of skirmishes. Oh yeah, 1 turn for calendar now that we got that discount. That's fantastic. More population, calendar get, world deed get. What did we get? Oh, the nuclear... Oh yeah, as you can tell, it goes... What did we get? Ba, 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 ba. Doesn't say what we got. Civics point gain. All right. And a world deed has been unlocked by by another empire. Gotcha. Gotcha, guys. I was about to say, we didn't do anything, did we? I don't think so. Alright, so you, yeah, that outpost is building itself. It's going to take a while because it doesn't have much production in the local area, but man, look at the science. Look at the science. Alright, you go auto-exploring. You, my friend...
Off we go.
This area is... This little region here is nuts with production. Might also start being claimed. I don't want to start anything hostile. Alright, these guys, let's explore the rest of this territory that we're claiming ourselves. Might as well be good to know what we're getting ourselves into. We may want to claim this territory up here, because that actually kind of nicely marries our stuff. So yeah, you guys need to come up here. Oh, hi. Who are you? Let's see. By what right do we rule? Oh, yeah. So this is where our civics point comes in. So we've got two different civics that we can do. The civics are. This is basically your civilization and how they how they lean. You know, do they lean, for example, more towards science or religion? Do they lean more towards legal control or freedom? That sort of thing. And as you adapt civics, that kind of changes the culture of your civilization. And, you know, just because you're X doesn't, you know, mandate that you are, you know, required to do that. Now, natural right gives us some points towards science. On city or outpost. Yeah, that actually might be really good. But let's see what else. We also have legitimacy, which sort of tailors our laws. So customary laws gives us more influence as we sacrifice science for influence, but on this end we get more science. Modify attach outpost cost, absorb city cost. Nah. I think founding myths and going for the natural right here. +5 influence on main plaza. And yeah, because this gives us more influence and it pushes us towards extra science. So we will do a natural right. That's our first step into culture. All right, empire stability. There's a lot going on here, like a lot going on here, and I love it. I love it all. High value stability will increase the rate. So a more stable empire gives us more civics. Good, nice to know. All right, domestication, maybe irrigation. Well, that gives us some stability. And flood irrigation. +2 food on river. That's actually really good, because we have a lot of rivers. Alright, we're 2 turns... Actually, we've already built our production district. We're 2 turns away from our agriculture district. Alright, looks like someone grabbed the Egyptians. I don't know if somebody taking a culture locks it out for somebody else. Alright, so you're over here. These guys are still like low tribal. I like how it kind of like oozes the map onto the screen. Alright, so this territory is actually up for grabs. This little one right here, it's got this giant mountain range, but there's some copper right here. That could be juicy. And there's a really, this is like a really juicy city spot too. I might want to try to call some form of dibs on that. 'Cause yeah. Yeah, I think that'll be good. All right, you, my friends. Why don't we go see what's on the southern end here? Got some luxuries here. Dye, more dye. Got some horsies up here. And that'll be good for domestication. Yeah, you're just wandering off here. No, but I think if I can grab it, I might want this territory here. What's my influence and what's it cost to do a thing here? 60. Okay, we can do that in a couple turns. That's fine. That's fine. You're one turn away from being a full outpost, and at which point we can start them going there. You're going to take longer, but that's okay. Auto explore, please. Ooh, looks like they just settled here. So, but they didn't take the territory that I wanted.
Listen,
the Olmecs. Hey, how the purple parrots, bud?
I like you.
Yeah,
I agree.
we'll keep
Tremendous.
it. Yeah, because we're not really a warlike civ. Not too much anyway. We're just gonna try to be a dibs calling civ. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna try and grab this territory right here because now, yeah, this is gonna be our front here. We're gonna try and just hedge this out, and I have a feeling this might be contested at some point. Oh wait, that little whoop right there is part of their territory. In which case we would probably want to build you... Yeah, we still need the influence, but we can move here. I kind of wanted to grab that tile. But that's okay. This is still a really rich environment. Yeah, this should still be good. And this is a fair amount of food, too. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to tell you guys to skip your turn. Alright, irrigation get. Fantastic. And now we should be able to drop and claim this territory right here. Look at that! 9 food, 12 production. Who could complain? I can't complain. Because we get all that production from the mountains, too, while we're at it. Now, again, this is not concretely ours. A city is a lot firmer claim on a chunk of territory than anything else, and which means let's... and right now, our outpost is still constructing, so that's an even looser form of claim. But now we're building up a city proper here, which will take 9 turns. And then that will eventually turn into a city itself. And then up here, we're still constructing that outpost because that has rather lacking production. We have 2 people. Let's get an archer just to shore up our military a little bit. And then I think we should get a lumberyard because we're just covered in... forests and industry here. And then, actually, we could do, yeah, +2 food on river. There's tons of rivers here. And then we can do the public fountain. That works. Alright, domestication, we're not near the horses. City defense, nah. Writing, wheel, masonry. Writing might not be a bad thing. for our science. Lets us build a market quarter. 1 money per adjacent. Yeah, we're not ready for fishing. Masonry might be a good one too, because the pottery workshop, stoneworks, yeah, for industry on mountains. Masonry is probably a good one. All right, mate. Wow, that was quick. Aha! We have found a natural wonder. Nice. Thank you, explorers. And more population. And we got an era star. So as we accomplish more achievements, we get era stars. Once we get enough era stars, we transition to the next era. And then on to bigger and better things. So I think this is a good stopping point. So if you guys like this episode and you want to see more like it, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and leave me a comment, good, bad, or indifferent. Your feedback's always welcome. So until next time, this has been Pinstar signing out. See ya.